Why'd you have to go? Cut down in your prime, your best, your greatest, all of that gone, sacrificing yourself for a young man. Why'd you have to be you? Why'd you have to leave us so soon? Why couldn't it have been Gogenzaka? Why couldn't it have been Gogenzaka? Okay, yeah, this was really good. We'll get into Gogenzaka in a minute and his use in this episode, but all in all, really fucking intense. Just from like the minute I pressed play to the minute the episode finished, this episode just never stopped with just the intensity and the insanity and just kind of the twistedness. First up, let's get right into Sanders and the Academia soldiers and Dual Beast or whatever he's called. Oh my, Battle Beast. Oh my god, that was good. Like, what I loved about it is that we officially enter this realm where it's not just the professor, it's not just the doctor. Everyone in charge of Academia is a fucking psycho. Like, listen to this guy talk. He's a freaking Nazi. Like, he's literally saying he doesn't care about these people's lives. If you're not the best soldiers, if you're not the strongest soldiers, you're dead and he doesn't care. Like, oh my god. Like, when you put a face to it, when you have these people who, it's not like half the other crap out where it's like, oh, but we're justified and we're gonna waste time explaining our justification. Just like, no, we don't need that. There is no justification for what this monster is doing, and I'm sure we'll get that later down the line with Dr. Akaba or maybe from Yuri, that kind of thing. But for now, this did such a good job of setting me up in the creepiness and the darkness of the situation. Like, it is a really fucked up story. And what I loved about it is you look at Academia's, all the students in the room, all their faces, they're all kind of reacting a bit differently. Everyone's expression was a little bit different. Some kind of had similar expressions, but you could definitely tell everyone's taking this in differently. A lot of them had like a scared element. A lot of them looked angry. They looked like they weren't unsure of all this. They're basically being told, we don't care about you. We will kill you if we think it serves our purpose or if you're not useful enough to us. That's a really screwed up thing to throw in this, and they just do it so well. It's that he's so just dedicated to this and believing in this and just only interested in his own goal that it just makes me just want to strangle him. And I swear, I hope to God he gets it. I hope he gets carded. I hope he gets an awesome death. Just put this guy on a skewer through the ass and just leave him out in the sunlight to be eaten by the buzzards. Too much? Yeah, probably. As for the rest of it, also really good. I was not expecting Crow to die. I wasn't really expecting Sawatori to lose his dual disc. I guess we basically just made the rival useless. But that was all really good. And what it does is, first up, that was a true Crow scene. Trying to protect someone younger than him. You know, laying his life down for everyone so that way they just get a chance to maybe see a weakness or try and win. That's a Crow thing to do right there. And that's what makes the character so great. And that's what makes the use of everyone so great in this. They're not just cramming every scene the older characters are in with references. No, yeah, you could make the argument they're redoing their original arcs from their series, but it's done in a way that feels fresh and original and fits in Arc 5. Seeing Crow go was sad, not just because it's a character I like from 5Ds, but because I liked him for everything he did in this series. I would have been sad rather or not he was a returning character. Also, by killing someone off who we don't expect to die, I mean, honestly, they're all going to come back at the end. It's a really good way of erasing some of the plot armor. Now, when you sit back and think about it, no, they're not going to kill Yugioh, they're not going to kill Reiji or Sawatori or Gogenzaka or Yuzu, because those are the most bankable, because those are the main characters of this particular series. But the thing is that by taking someone out of it, in that moment when you were watching the actual episode itself, it gives it more of a sense of intensity to it, because now you can believe characters can die at any minute. Tsukikage didn't get an honorable final death, but why would he? He's in the middle of this crazy Hunger Games same situation. The same went for Crow, but Crow's more of a badass, so he gets it. It also led to a really good Sawatori moment. I love seeing Sawatori run to save the car before Battle Beast could destroy it. I mean, if you do that, does that kill them permanently? If that's the case, that makes Sawatori awesome. I like that he was tearing. Sawatori isn't like a big macho dude. He just pretends to be to make himself feel big, and you see that come to fruition in that scene. It was really great to watch. And then from that, we get the duel with Yuya and Gogenzaka versus Battle Beast. Oh my god. Gladiator Beasts. Let's just talk about this. If any of you can't remember or don't understand why this deck was so strong, that's it. Effects that go off at the end of the battle phase might not sound like much these days, especially even what Cosmos can do and all that good stuff. But again, the way they were used was effective. It made sense. He drew them out into the battle phase and took advantage of easy pop effects like with Bestiaria and Gyarzer, or however you pronounce that one. As for the new Gladiator Beasts, I'm a little bit iffy on the whole triple fusion cost. I mean, that kind of makes it a little bit too crazy, but that effect, just special summon it from the extra deck, do shit with it, and I like the fact that all the Gladiator Beasts we saw here were effectively used. Okay, Grant, he mainly just used Gyarza, and he used a couple of other effects, but I like that they were used strategically. This wasn't just cramming them in there for the sake of cramming them in there. They served a purpose during this duel, and it was awesome to watch. It brought me right back to my first year or two in competitive play, which in the grand scheme of things really sucked, because I was always on the receiving end of this place, but who cares? It was a lot of fun to watch here. As for Yuya and Gogenzaka's end of things, I mean, obviously the one pendulum, we don't know, the one that premiered is going to do something. That's fine. As for Gogenzaka's part of the duel, I'd forgotten the whole sort of action card thing, because that's how him and Sawatori got beaten several episodes ago, so that was a neat way to bring that back into it. And also, I genuinely, I don't hate Gogenzaka. I can't even say I particularly dislike him. He's had some good scenes. My issue with the character is that I just don't like the design, and I don't find him particularly interesting or memorable in a series full of interesting and memorable characters. But the way he was used here, I thought was really effective. The way he went to protect and defend Yuya, like when his life points hit 0, that was actually like, I was like, oh shit! Because when Crow went down, after I kind of got over the shock of it, I did make that joke in my head about Gogenzaka biting it. So when it was actually what I was like, oh no, I meant it as a joke, It's sort of things like that that kind of make me like the character, because he does have this emotional to him, and I like the idea that he treats Yuya like a little brother, to the point to where in a situation like that, he'd lay his life down up for Yuya. Don't forget, there's no guarantee that they can get people back from being carded. Even though they've brought it up, they really don't understand a lot about this concept. So if he's getting carded, for all he knows, that is death. So the thing is, he was literally willing to lay his life down on the line for Yuya. That was so great. And the way you see him beat up and hurt by the Gladiator Beasts, that was really effective. And the way they pinched it out so much with his going down, I was like, oh god, please stop, please! Like, it was actually really intense, and I really liked it. And then we kind of, okay, so Jack showing up at the end is fine, I guess. I'm sure there's going to be a logical reason for why he's so much later than the rest of, maybe the whole 5D dimensions attacking. I don't read the spoilers on Yu-Gi-Oh! Wiki for following episodes. I'd rather just experience everything as it happens. It kind of broke it, only in as much as I was having so much fun with the tension and the pain, but the minute we saw Wheel of Fortune or Rising Phoenix, or whatever you want to call his dual runner, pop into frame, I'm like, he's going to show up, distract Battle Beast, and that's how Gogenzaka won't get carded. And okay, it makes sense. Like I said, Gogenzaka, they really try hard to sell Gogenzaka to us, and it's really not effective. But alright, fine, whatever. It's not a weak way to end the episode. I just would have preferred it if Gogenzaka did leave, because I felt like the tension was just so good and mounting so well, and I would have liked to have seen what that would have done to Yuya. To before, I think he knew the whole time Yuzu probably wasn't dead. He was just scared for her life. To actually see someone close to you. I mean, we saw it in the montage. That really worked with when Crow went, but Gogenzaka is so much closer to him because of the brother relationship. I would have loved to have seen Yugioh's reaction to that. Maybe that brings up Berserk Yugioh. Who knows? But as of right now, again, that's what I wish the episode could have had in it. For what it was, I thought it was really great. I really enjoyed it. Comment below. Tell me what you think. Comment below. Like, all that good stuff. And the TCG question of the week. New ban list is in effect. What will you be trying to play this format? Nothing got permanently killed. If you read Konami's reasoning, you know they're on another frickin' planet. But what will you be playing this format? And as always, click to like and click to subscribe so we can see what happens next week.